Miss Casto says she's done cleaning up after a man who lies about money, pawns her belongings, and is gambling away their future. Now she says she's ready to move on without him. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Casto v. Klassner.
Thank you very much, Ms. Casto and Mr. Klassner. Welcome to Divorce Court. I'm glad to have you here today. Ms. Casto, as I understand it, you all have been together for 5 years. You have no children together, but there is a thrift shop business that you share presently. You've blended your family together. You have 4 children from previous relationships, and the defendant has 2 children from previous relationships.
Correct.
But having been together for 5 years, these young people, they all know each other as family. Am I correct?
Correct.
Why are we in divorce court today, Ms. Casto?
We're in divorce court today because I'm sick of the gambling, the lying, and the anger. It's always either it didn't happen or it did happen. I'm in such financial debt now that I don't even know how to come out of it. And I just want to take my shop and be on my own because I can do bad all by myself. I don't need his help.
So in other words, Ms. Casto, you are tired of being in Mr. Klassner's trick bag.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Mr. Klassner, you heard what Ms. Casto said. What do you say, sir?
I'm here this morning to fight for love, to fight for the woman that I love. I'm being painted out to be a addicted gambler, which I don't feel that I am. It may be a little exaggerating with the stories that are being told, but I'm here to fight for love because I'm not leaving today without fighting for the woman that I love.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you've walked in here saying you want to fight for the relationship, but I want to find out why Ms. Casto says that the relationship is done. Ms. Casto, can you take me back to when you all first began? How'd you meet, and what ended up getting us to the point where we're in divorce court?
Well, I met him due to the fact that I couldn't get in touch with my son for a few hours.
Okay.
A mutual friend of ours had said that maybe he was with his foster son at the time, which was like best friends with my son. So I had contacted him because at this point, crazy mom, I was trying to get in contact with anybody that knew where my child was.
How old was your child at that time?
He was 16. I was being
okay.
being
Lord, but it's okay to be a helicopter mom of a teenage boy, okay?
It was definitely, it was all on me. So I was probably being a little bit more dramatic than I needed to be. So somebody had put me in contact with him. We started talking. It all went so fast. And then after that, he ended up moving in, and here we are
How quickly?
now. Oh, probably all rolled out within like a month or so.
All right, so Mr. Klassner, it looked like you hit the jackpot when you met Ms. Casto.
You know, after seeing her, I helped her locate her child. I couldn't stop thinking about her. She had texted me looking for her child to see if I could ask my child where her child was. So, you know, I asked my child. He ended up knowing where her child was. And then, you know, I never stopped texting her. You know, I texted her a few times. I didn't get a reply the first time, but the third time I did.
Okay, and so you all ended up hooking up and staying hooked up for a little bit. Was everything okay in the beginning, Ms. Casto?
I thought everything was great in the beginning, but there was just so many lies that he was telling, and every time I tried to confront him on it, he made it seem like I was crazy or...
Like a gaslighting situation?
Kind of, like maybe I misinterpreted or maybe the money was gone somewhere else, but
I want to get some specifics because you said there's some continuing to lie, and one involved a phone. Help me to understand that.
So I had 2 phones from my previous service. I had switched services. I put them in the glove box because I was running around here, there, and everywhere for work, so I didn't have enough time. So
and what were you going to do with the phones?
I had to turn them into the new service that I had. So
oh, yeah, that's right. They do the exchange, and so it doesn't cost you as much.
It doesn't cost me as much.
Got it.
So I had, a couple of days had passed. I had went into the glove box to like retrieve the phones. I was going to go turn them in. They weren't inside the car, so now I'm here. I have no phones. I call him and ask him what happens to the phones inside the car because he's the only other person that can get into my vehicle. He tells me, oh, I don't know, maybe someone broke in, maybe I misplaced them, maybe that's not where I put them. And then I was on the tablet in the house. His email was hooked up to it, which I'm assuming he didn't know. And the Eco ATM receipt came through for both phones that he received money for turning them in as exchange.
And never told you?
And never told me.
Tag, you're it, Mr. Klassner.
So the phone she had switched providers, and we had the phones in the glove box.
We didn't have a damn thing.
You're right, ma'am. She had the phones in the glove box.
Thank you.
She had the phones in the glove box in her car. I apologize. Sorry.
Thank you.
And you know, I knew that things were getting rough. Times were rough. Money was rough. So I figured I'd sell the phones and try and take that money, get an oil change or something done to the car. And the better half of me thought, well, that's not enough for an oil change and a set of brakes, so let's go make it enough for an oil change and a set of brakes.
And what did you do with the money?
Ma'am, I went to the casino and I didn't do an oil change or brakes.
Okay. Corey, you're not allowed to laugh at the defendant when they tell you silly stuff. Okay, when the defendant is saying stuff, we are supposed to be respectful unless it makes no daggone sense whatsoever. First of all, sir, let us establish the fact that the phones did not belong to you. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You took phones that did not belong to you, property, from inside another piece of property that did not belong to you. Correct?
Yes.
And then you sold that property, received remuneration that you then did not turn over to the owner of that property. I want to be clear on the facts. Is that true?
Yes.
He got $500 for the phones and never even put it towards anything.
Excuse me, members of the jury, asking questions that make sense, okay? The jury just said, and that was not enough for an oil change? Don't lie to me, because I was at Jiffy Lube this week. Don't even try.
It definitely wasn't enough for an oil change. Yes,
it was definitely enough. In other words, you lied.
I did. Well, I wanted to try and do more than just an oil change.
You lied.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a necklace that belonged to me that my aunt had gave me when she passed away.
Oh, my goodness.
I had a family gathering, so I figured what better time to pull it out than around her family. So I went in to go to the jewelry box to pull out said necklace.
Please don't tell me what I think you're gonna tell me.
And the necklace was missing, and he had told me that he had pawned it.
Nope. Let me also say this, because I think people need to take responsibility for their behavior. You stole and you lied. You stole and you lied.
Unfortunately.
I don't even know. Out of all of that, that's not the worst part of it all. I don't even care about the car or the phones. I had a necklace that belonged to me that my aunt had gave me when she passed away.
Oh, my goodness.
I used to wear it all the time, but the chain is very thin, so I stuck it in the jewelry box, and then I had a family gathering, so I figured what better time to pull it out than around her family. So I went in to go to the jewelry box to pull out said necklace, and
Please don't tell me what I think you're gonna tell me.
the necklace was missing, so I asked him about the necklace, and he had told me that he forgot to tell me that he had pawned it.
Nope.
And that don't worry because he would get it back.
Nope.
But I never got the necklace back at all.
What happened to the necklace, Mr. Klassner?
What is she saying is true. I did pawn the necklace. At the time, there's no excuse for what I did, but at the time I didn't realize that was the necklace that I had grabbed.
Well, first of all, why are you taking jewelry out of her jewelry box?
I pawned it. I don't know. There's no explanation for it.
So yet again, you stole property.
He made me feel like he just didn't even care. Like out of everything else, like I can turn a blind eye to the money or whatever the case may be, but not really. But you know what I mean. But
Actually, no, I don't. I'm sorry, Ms. Casto. I don't know what you mean. Why in the hell would you allow somebody to live in your house who is stealing you blind? I'm sorry.
I never noticed the red flags because I have like abandonment issues from when I was younger.
Ms. Casto, that's not a red flag.
Right.
That's living with a thief. Yeah. That's not a red flag. Corey, is that a red flag?
That's living with a thief, ma'am.
So now we're talking about tangible property, then we're talking about sentimental, tangible property. Not to mention, it shows a lack of character, sir. What's this about with you? I'm not even dealing with a gambling addiction. I'm just talking about a lack of integrity.
I grew up in the foster care system as a foster child when I was younger.
And they taught you to steal?
No, they didn't teach me to steal. They taught me how to survive, unfortunately.
And you think taking
no,
advantage
I'm
of
trying-
somebody that loves you is a way to survive?
No, that's why we're here today.
No. Why we're here today is because this lady says she has finally had enough of living with a thief who has no integrity and shows a lack of character. That's why we're here today. Am I correct, Ms. Casto?
Yes, I can't do it anymore.
But I'm not hearing from you, Mr. Klassner. How in the world do you think you can salvage a relationship? What have you done to make yourself better in this relationship?
I've been working on my anger lately. I have a therapist that I talk to weekly. Sometimes.
On your anger? How you gonna be and angry? Excuse me?
And angry.
What you got to be angry for? You got somebody that's providing you with a bed. You got lights on every day. You got food in the refrigerator. You got a car to drive that you can steal things out of. How you angry? What you mad about?
I don't know.
I was giving him money to pay the gas and electric for the past year. I went to my mailbox, I checked my mail. I have 2 notices that my gas and electric are being terminated because they have not been paid in over a year. He doesn't care no matter what I say or what I do.
How does
It always
these
gets
anger
spun.
issues manifest themselves in your house?
So one day I have a Nintendo Switch I used to use in between like cleaning jobs and stuff like that I'd unwind in the car when I had a couple minutes.
That's a game
the
console.
handheld
Yeah,
game
okay.
console. So
Yeah.
it's easy. It helps me unwind and woosah in between.
I play dominoes on my phone, so,
See? So
that's exactly
same equivalent. So he had asked me one day, can he pawn the Switch? That he would get it back out, that he just needed the money for a little bit. I told him absolutely not, because I don't have much, that's my downtime.
That's your solace, okay.
I said, no, you can't. He got mad at me, proceeded to take the Switch out of my hand and fling it up against the wall, because if I couldn't let him pawn it, then why should I be allowed to play it?
Because it's yours?
There is some truth that I'd like to tell about that, if I may.
There's more?
There's more. So when I threw the Switch, I had picked it back up from when it hit the wall because, she was crying at that point. She's like, you threw my Switch, you broke it. I picked it up, noticed that it hadn't been broken. She had already wrote it off at that point and walked away from me. So it wasn't broken. So I left because we were arguing and fighting, and I pawned it and went to the casino.
So you pawned my Switch. That is so crazy.
I'm still trying to, I've heard about the anger issues, but I understand the financial issues have just become a burden to you.
I was giving him money to, I know, right? I was giving him money to pay the gas and electric for the past year, so all of 2024, because I work so much and he's at home and near the stores that he can just run in and pay the bills. I don't normally check the mail myself either. So one day I happened to have had the day off. I went to my mailbox, I checked my mail. I have 2 notices that my gas and electric are being terminated because they have not been paid in over a year.
Nuh-uh, did you say over a year?
Not at all.
Wait, Mr. Klassner, weren't you in charge of the gas and the light bill?
I was.
So it was roughly about $5,000 worth of bills.
That'll put a dent.
And I have evidence of it as well.
I'd like to see what you're talking about. This is the light bill, over $1,900, and the gas bill, $2,700. Had you been giving Mr. Klassner enough cash to pay the bills?
Yeah, what the bill was every month, yeah.
Ms. Casto said she handed you the money to pay these bills. Why didn't you pay them, sir?
I was gambling. She was giving me the money. I was telling her that I was going and paying. When this first started, I went and gambled the first 3 times, and I said, well, these bills are going to start getting backed up, so I got to get that money back. And every time I'd get, it doesn't matter if it was $10, $20, I would go and try and win that money back. And every month when she gave me the money for the bills, the first place I would go would be the casino to try to get
Well,
last
that's
month's
not
bill
true,
money.
because when I tried to approach you on the whole situation, you told me that it had to have been the company, that it wasn't you not paying the bills. And now here I am arguing with my light and gas company, who think that I'm crazy because I'm telling them that they've been paid.
So you lied.
Yeah.
Why?
I was hoping that the gas company would take it like maybe I paid.
How old are you?
29.
Because you act like you 12. Serious business, and I'm not joking. Mr. Klassner, why have you not been working to help pay the bills in a place where you're living, sir?
So, like I said, I am doing the odd jobs, and
That's not enough to help pay any bills. So you think at 29 years old, as a grown man, you can live in America for rent-free and lay up in this woman's house? You think that's okay?
No, ma'am.
So what would you do to tell her that you're a different man?
I'm ready to stop the gambling. I'm ready to get help for it if I need it. I don't think I do.
You don't need help. You need to stop being so lazy and being a user. That's what you need. What in the world? What in the? I'm sorry, Mr. Klassner. Ms. Casto, what do you want to come out of this case?
I just want my thrift shop to myself.
You brought papers to court. Am I
Yes.
correct? Tell me what these papers are.
They're dissolution papers.
Corey, can you retrieve the papers for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the first thing I want you to know is you don't ever need to hand a man or a woman money to pay your bills. You are going to be responsible for your own. And the one thing that I have learned is auto pay is your friend. Okay? Contact the gas company, contact the electric company. They will be very happy to put you on an auto pay where you don't have to go down there and do a doggone thing. You will have your money taken care of, okay? That's number one. And you usually get a discount on auto pay. So that's number one. I mean, I am just flabbergasted. I'm looking at this dissolution agreement, and it is to dissolve the partnership. Am I correct?
Correct.
In the thrift business. Mr. Klassner, have you contributed anything to this business?
Moving stuff in.
I think you got your money's worth then, right? Because you've now stolen from this lady on multiple occasions. You agreed to that already, I heard you. She doesn't want you in her business anymore. Serve the papers, Corey.
Yes, Your Honor. You've been served.
Mr. Klassner, give her business back. You need to give her business back.
I'm not ready to give up on us, Judge.
Mr. Klassner, you are a user, and it is shameful for you to stand in a public forum and not give this lady what she wants. She don't want your lazy butt, period. Go get a job. That's what you need. She don't want you.
I'll change.
Miss Casto,
I can't do it anymore.
tell you what you need to do. Corey, retrieve those papers. Hand them back to Miss Casto. I'm going to provide you with a transcript of these proceedings. I want you to dissolve this in partnership, start a new business, kick him out of your house, get your keys, change your locks, and make his using butt use somebody else. This is over. It should have been over.
Thank you.
Made in Georgia.